Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Playday Live. We got Fire, Frozen, Jungle, Jet versus Vox. We are back with a little bit of crossfire action. You guys ready to get down to it? A lot of stuff to do before we prepare for these matches. The lineups have been done. Everybody's upgraded their gear. We've got slivers upgraded. We've got throw grenades. We've got new stuff to implement. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're getting ready to catch our winter cycle. Winter and spring is PDL time. We're getting a lot of events in. So as you guys know, rest of the week, we've got a little bit of fishing tomorrow night. We got PvE back. Big event this Friday. Pet battles will be back Saturday night. And Monday night, we got Ship Strike. So tonight, we've got gear. We've got Super Bomber bundles. We got all kind of crazy stuff going down. Sliver spins. And, you know, now that we're doing this once a week, it's tough when we miss a week because it seems like, you know, we're kind of getting back into the fray a little bit. But the last couple matches, you guys were on fire. So I don't worry. I don't worry that we're going to be rusty because you guys have done Faction Wars now for over 4 years. So I think you got it. All right. Let's take a look at the standings and show you currently where we're at in the league. We got Vox at 4-0. Undefeated Vox. We got Ark at 2-1. We got Sly 1-3. We got Jet improvement. You know, they totally revamped their team about 5 months ago, and every week they get tougher and tougher and tougher. Jet's always down for a good match. So I'm excited to see this matchup tonight. Jet versus Ark on the road. You can see the next couple events we've got. Next week we got Vox and Jet. Then we skip a week, and then we got Ark and Sly. Then we got Ark and Vox. Couple tough road teams. Ark at home tonight, and then they go to Sly. They go to Vox, so they're back on the road. And then Sly going to Jet. So a lot of good times and some good events. Here we go, everybody. This is what we got to do our sliver spinner. Now, sliver sacrifice shows you which grenade, and it gives you a few minutes to maybe get some trades. But remember, if you sacrifice a grenade you don't have, or you use a grenade you don't have, it's a 100-point penalty. So we could come up with a score, and then somebody used a whole bunch of items. We go back and revamp the score, and it could change tomorrow. So here we go. Sliver sacrifice. Leave it in chat right now, either what you're cheering for it to be or what you think it's going to be. We'll see who's right. You got 5 seconds. Type it in chat right now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Type it. Y'all got to be quicker than that. Ron wants it to be a snowstorm. Ooh, sad grenade. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to spin this wheel. And let's see what it's going to be. It is going to be A. Who said sad? Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt because y'all might need some of those for Monday night. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Sad grenade. Well, check your inventory. Make sure you got them. I know some people are like, oh, man, no, not the sad grenade. We needed those for Monday night. That's right. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Because we haven't gotten together in a little while, and we are doing our box event in February. Everybody, give me a number. Everybody give me a number from 1 to 12. 1 to 12. Tell them, Ron, it's roll time. Sorry, Ron, I didn't cue it up. I should have been like, Ron, what time is it? 1 to 12, everybody. And for those keeping score at home, it could mean that we're going to have multiple winners tonight, right? Last call. Get your number in quick. All right. Here we go. I'm spinning it. Roll time. And I got to refresh the die because I just loaded them. Try this again. That was dramatic, wasn't it? All right, here we go. How about, ooh, number 1. We haven't seen number 1 in a little while. And look at that. Dow and Cat. Dow and Cat getting a pack each. Congratulations. All right. We're going to take you down to tonight's Epic War Bundle, everybody, and it is epic. So buckle up. We got this, and we'll show you Super Bomber. Starting out, a lot of these are by request. How about up top? Elixir of Extreme, Steel. I'm going to give you 2 Resin Restore and 2 Bunko. I'm doubling up the Resin Restore and the Bunko. Those are usually ones. If you play Friday night, you know Resin Restores are a premium right now. I'll give you 5 post-battle Pet Revive, 1 Graph, 1 Carbine, 1 of each of your waxes. Take you down to the red bundle. We got Red Summon Skins, Enraged 3, Fury 4, Frantic 5, Savage 6, Mag 7, Super 8, Hostile 9, Super Thrill. And these 2 bonus areas, I'm going to make it what we're going to call it a high 5. How about that? How about 5 Buff Steel? Now, y'all do pet battles. Y'all know these pet battle, these pet juice, all this stuff, you got to have them. So I'm going to give you 5 Buff Steel. I'm going to give you 5 Elysium Tape. I'm going to give you 5 Battle Pet Juice, 5 Paste, and 5 Owner Essence Restores. So how's that? That gets you through this week. And if you get tonight's bundle and you have these items and you don't play pet battles, then I would say start playing pet battles. How about that? Or sell them. All right, take it to the gold. 2 Brutal, Rugged, 2 Brutal Red, Arson. This was not by request, but I'm putting it in there anyway. Onyx Skins. There's some new cosmic weapons out there, and none of the people with cosmics requested Onyx Skins. Go figure. All right, but I'm giving them to you. So we got Gold Summon Skins. We also got Megacosm Glyph. Take you to the green. Energy over Spider Silk Combat. Thrill Smoke by request. Gold Spark by request. Flight Smoke by request. Vine Smoke. Max Seal. Silver Spark. I'm going to give you Castle Strike Stones. 10 of those tonight. Collect them to upgrade. Mythic Summon Skins. Immortal Summon Skins. Control Smoke by request by a lot of people. And tonight, we're going to keep Cease in the mix. These are the Zenith Bracers. H22. D25. Highest damage we've released. B12. AP15. Highest AP we've released. And, of course, the Cease ability is so good that really locks down a person with their abilities. They get to play one more ability after that. Cal, let's see who all picked up tonight's Epic War Bundle. But that's not all. That's not all. All right, y'all make a little noise because you know the Super Bombers, sometimes they change a little bit. Sometimes they're a little more loaded. So I'm going to take you to tonight's Super Bomber Bundle. And I love Grizzlies on a Friday night. And look, that's 5. That's 10. That's 20 Grizzly Grenades. So you should be gaining a lot of XP on a Friday night. 2 Raptures, 2 Oracle, 2 Lithium, 2 Seismic, 2 Vapor, 2 Snowstorms, 2 Gen Grenades, 2 Red Eye, 2 Top Hat, 2 Whammo Extreme, 2 Unicorns, Grinches times 2, Glitch times 2, Milo times 2, Maximon times 2. Where else can you get 2 Unforgivens? Right here. 2 Trex Grenades, Summoning Grenade times 2, Spade and Sweet Tea. Everything in there is double. That's right, you're seeing double. Look who bought the War Bundle. We got Julia, Busy, Dimes, Trigger, Jim, Justice, Football, Cat, Valar, Lexicon, Bones, Ron, Dow, Crimson Pope, Dr. Die, Animal, Flyrod, Nightshade, and Kel. And you know what? Kel, I'm going to give them a bonus. Now, how about 1 of each? Sad Grenade. 1 Linkage. Linkage is so good. 1 Dracarys, 1 Trance, 1 Gamut. And if you pick it up tonight, you can get a Satan Spark. You can get an R12. You can get some Snake Smoke. And you can also get Rad Rage. There you go, everybody. That is all I can do for you. It is loaded. Cal, let's see who bought the Super Bomber Bundle. And just so we start on time, and it's your last chance to get the Super Bomber Bundle in January. This is the January reload, everybody. So you got 1 shot at it, and that is right now. All right. While Kel's chatting that up, I'm going to take you down and ask for pre-match buffs. Jim, Valar, Julia, Shaman, Justice, Busy, Kel, and they will be playing Zombie Jet. All right, you can see the Bombers. Take note of who picked these up. Dow, Justice, Crimson, Julia, Dimes, Cat, Bones, Pope, Football, Trigger, Valar, Dr. Die, and Kel. All right, here we go. Take you down to the frozen jungle and brand new avatars. You love the avatars, don't you? We got Julia in the rover zone. She's a captain. She's also sieging. We got Kel in the rover zone, captain and sieging. Then we got Valar in the bomber zone. She's the sniper. Valar followed by Jet Zombie in the bomber zone. Jet Zombie followed by Shaman in the tank zone. Shaman followed by Justice in the tank zone. He's also the sniper. Justice followed by Gemstone in the DZ. And Gemstone followed by Busy Bee. We are starting on time. First move of the night is Julia. 20-second timer starts right now. All right, Julia beats the timer. Julia going to start out playing a Sleet Wand. Get the Ice Wands off the board. Sleet Wand played early, going to freeze that top block. And again, for captains, I'm going to read it once. If I get through the second time and you don't challenge, it hits. Okay? Rover to their bomber zone. Boss to Main Street. Seal and Thrill. M7 Snowstorm to the wall with Duplex. And sacrifice a sad grenade. All right, I've read it once. So, sacrifice. Rover to their bomber zone. Boss to Main Street. Boss to Main Street in 1. Cap in 3. Julia gets into the rover. She gets a tire. Rolling down to her bomber zone. Seal and Thrill. M7 Snowstorm to the wall. And she went to their bomber zone. So let's move her. All right, so she's working on the siege portion of it. So we'll put her on the right side of the map. And Snowstorm does have range. And it does hit. M7 is going to take out black block and a green block. And we will roll the die. Number 6, block number 6. We got an early snowstorm. So they got number 1 and number 6 frozen. Ouch. That's tough. All right, take it over to Kel. 20-second timer. Timer is up. Barely beat the timer as I was saying it. So we got Kel beating the timer. She is going to get in the rover, go to their bomber zone, Immortal Grendel, Seal, Absorption, Milo to their wall, Sacrifice a Sad, and Duplex as well. All right, Kel in the rover. Let's give Kel a tire. Seal and Absorption. Immortal Grendel. And we've already established that it does hit. So, Rover's good. Movement's good. Grendel, Seal Absorption. Milo to the wall. Sacrifice a Sad and Duplex. And that Milo does hit, so they get the points. And it does break the ice block. And we've got 2 throw grenades so far. Milo's been thrown. And a snowstorm has been thrown. All right, let's go over to Villar, 20-second timer V. Villar going to play Dominar to keep him from getting the points for the tire. She does beat the timer, and that is the first dragon play. They played one of their dragons. 4 more to play. Villar's going to move to the temple steps. Holy Avenger to her wall. Negation Wand Kel getting rid of the harvest. Immortal Grendel to the haystack. Seal and Thrill. Steel Justice Needle. Milo to the wall. And sacrifice a Sad. I've read it once. All right, so we will sacrifice the Sad. We will steal Justice Needle, so no needle for Justice. Move to the temple steps and Holy Avenger. So no negative effects can be on their wall. Negation Wand and Immortal Grendel. So Villar with the Emo Grin in play. 1 for Kel, 1 for Villar. Get that Seal and Thrill going. And M7 Milo to the wall. Green block, and we're down in the blue, 50% of a blue. And Negation Wand will take the air wands out of play. All right, let's go over to Zombie Jet. Kel, attack or disable. All right, going to attack. So we're going to start out and play a boss in 1, cap in 3. Zombie Jet going to take out a wall. 2 blocks. All right, let's go over to the Shaman. Shaman, you got 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Shaman, going to jump in the tank. Boss to the side chest. Seal. S8 Unforgiven to the wall. Going to play Duplex. Sliver Sacrifice a Sad. All right. Shaman gets in the tank. Let's give Shaman a Cannonball. Boss to the side chest with a Seal. Shaman playing boss in 1, cap in 3. S8 Unforgiven to the wall, duplex, and sliver sacrifice. I've read it twice. It hits. So Villar got a throw grenade, and the Unforgiven counts as a hit grenade. All right, we got 50% of a blue and a blue block by the Shaman. All right, let's take it over to Justice. 20-second timer. Beats the timer easily. Justice. Get in the tank. Move to the temple steps. Immortal Grendel. Seal. Absorption. Navy to the temple flame. And sacrifice. Duplex and then sacrifice. And it hits fast. All right, let's get Justice in the tank, and let's give Justice a cannonball. Move him up to the temple steps. His Navy's going to hit, put out that flame. Jim going to play Dominari. So no points. But he does get credit for the cannonball and the tires. He's been given credit. Seal and absorption. Emo Grin. All right. And sacrifice the sad grenade. Well done, Justice. All right, let's take it over to Gemstone. 20-second timer. All right, Mythic Grendel. Mythic Grendel will fizzle because there is no spot for Grendel. So it's played. It sees there's nothing that can be played because there are 3 occupied. So it disappears. Does count as played. Drops a seal and an absorption. Navy to the temple flame, duplex, and sacrifice a sad grenade. I've read it once. All right, Mythic Grendel, played, looks, disappears, drops a seal and an absorption. Navy to the temple. Kel says wait. Duplex is good. And sacrifice a sad grenade. All right, Kel, what are we doing with the Navy? Zombie's going to prevent the Navy. All right, Temple Flame does not disappear. All right, and final move of round number 1, Busy Bee, you're up. Busy is going to go down to the forge. All right, so Busy will be at the forge. For 2 rounds. All right. At the end of the round, we've got Gemstone with a halo. We've got Justice moving into the temple. Valar does not move into the temple. We're going to dim 2 Bomber Stones. Each sieged. Hmm. One sec. All right, give me 1 second. My red home stone turned into a gold bar for some reason. All right, there's no way to correct this live. My apologies. So, we're going to use the Doomsday Cannon right here as with the little blue, with the green gem here is going to be the home stone. For some reason, the red stone is it's not there. So on the other team it is. So this floating green stone is going to be the bomber one. Okay? All right, so both of those have been disabled. Now, we do have Arc with a advantage because they have a DZ advantage, 25-0. And that also means they will light a straw man because they have the DZ advantage. All right, so straw man number 1 is lit, which gives them 5 points to 0. Also, both teams have full Colossal Slivers. Congratulations, Arc and Jet, for your upgrades. Both teams full Colossal. 25 points each for your Slivers. All right, let's go to round number 2. Julia, 20-second timer starts right now. Beats the timer. So Julia's going to move to their rover zone, Colossal Kang to the boss, Pet Repel, S6 St. Elmo to the wall, and Sliver Ability. All right, read it once. Move to their rover zone. Colossal Kang to the boss with Pet Repel. Colossal Kang, possible 73. S6 St. Elmo to the wall, and Sliver Ability is worth 12 because it's duplexed. And the St. Elmo to the wall hits. Points, and we take out a blue block and 50% of a red block. 50 red remaining. All right, let's go over to Kel. 20-second timer, Kel. Beats the timer. Kel is going to move to their DZ, Colossal Kang to the boss, Pet Repel, S6 Spade to the wall, and Sliver is duplexed as well. All right, going to move her to the DZ. Colossal Kang, Pet Repel, Spade. Colossal Kang could be worth 73. Pet Repel, and let's get the Spade grenade damage. S6 Spade. We know the top blocks are a little bit weaker. We saw it earlier. Using the strongest grenade in the game. Green block. And a blue block. And we stop it right there. All right, Valar. 20-second timer. Valar from the Temple Steps. Beats the timer. Valar, Colossal Kang to Main Street, Pet Repel, Navy to the Temple Flame, and Sliver Ability. Read it once. All right, give her the Pet Repel. Colossal Kang to Main Street. Could be worth 73. Navy to the Temple Flame. And Sliver Ability. And it hits and puts out the Temple Flame. All right. Zombie Jet is attacking. Round number 2. Zombie Jet plays a Needle automatically. And Needle will kill Valar's Immortal Grendel. So there's 2 Grendels up there. They both belong to Jet. And Zombie Jet. will light up 2 watchtowers. Let's go over to Shaman. 20-second timer Shaman. Beats the timer. Vanish Wand. Mythic Kang to Julia's Boss. Pet Repel. H9 Milo, and Sliver Ability. Read it once. Vanish Wand. Julia cannot be bumped back or launched this round. Nirvana Wands are off the board. Mythic Kang with a Pet Repel. Mythic Kang could be worth 63 if the boss caps. H9 Milo to the wall, and Sliver Ability is worth 12 more. Milo points. And because it hits, that is the second hit grenade. Had 2 throw and 2 hit. And on the other side, we've had 2 throw, no hit. All right. Arc, 2 throw, 2 hit. They've also played 2 dragons. And the other side, 2 throw, no hits. All right, let's go over to Justice. 20-second timer Justice. Justice beats the timer. Did not. I will in a second. Justice beats the timer. Let me take the wall damage down for the H9 Milo. Gave him the points. Did not take down the blocks. Finishes off the red block. And takes down a red block. 2 full red blocks remaining. Justice, Colossal Kang to their boss, Pet Repel, F4 Unforgiven loaded to the wall, and Sliver Ability is duplexed. Colossal Kang. Be worth 73. Pet Repel, Unforgiven loaded, and you do not need to type loaded any longer, by the way, because loaders are not deducted. All right, Justice takes down the blue block, and then it stops because the wall's frozen. Stops, does not break the frozen block. All right, and final move. Let's go over to Gemstone. 20-second timer, Gem. Beats the timer. Gem's going to play Mythic Gideon. Dragon Smoke, H9, Gamut. to the 2 Grendels. There is no pet score current. There is no pet score ability current active. It's cycled out, is not cycled back in, and sliver ability. All right, we'll start with Mythic Gideon. Dragon Smoke. H8 Gamut. All right. I've read it once. Mythic Gideon hits. Dragon Smoke will undo the Dragon Stone. That is correct. So, because pet score is not a valid ability, she gets credit for the sliver ability. Because she doesn't have the ability to play that. Kel, anything on the gamut? So the duplex does go through. Mythic Gideon's good. Dragon Smoke's good. H8 to kill both Grendels and sliver ability. All right. Both those Grendels are toast. All right, let's go over to Busy. 20-second timer. Skip Busy. Yep, thank you for that. We skip Busy. Awesome. Now, let's take a look, see what we got at the end of the round. We're going to move Valar into the temple. Welcome to the temple. We'll give you a blessing. We'll give Justice a second blessing. We're going to give Kel a halo. And give Jim a second halo. DZ is 0-0. Arc still 5-0 in the straw man. And we've got 49 points in slivers for Jet, 61 points in Arc, and I did not remove the halos last turn, and I also have to remove them this turn. So you can see where the sacrifice is at right now. How many rings you have left. All right. That's the end of round number 2. Before we start round number 3, we're going to cap Arc's boss and 209 points in Kang's, 209. Julia, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Julia, you're going to ease on down the road. to their tank zone. Cyborg Slim. Euclid Kell. Dust to Justice. Mythic Needle to the Haystack, and S8 Unforgiven to the wall with MD6. All right, movement's good. Cyborg Slim. Yes, you still have to say hits. Kell is Marty. Dust to Justice. Mythic Needle to the Haystack. Julia playing Needle in 3. We'll cap in 4. All right. Movement's good. Cyborg's good. Euclid is good. Dust is good. S8 Unforgiven to the wall with Mass Destruction. All right. Mass Destruction helps. But red block. And 75% of a red block. 25 red remaining. Valar playing Intalio. All right, we get a third dragon played. Intalio will finish off the wall and will give the gold bar. Let's reset it. All right. We're going to skip Kell. Valar, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. And ouch. Wicked boss. Oh, that's painful because there's still a boss out there. All right, Wicked Boss will deduct 50 points from that boss when it caps. And it will cap right after Valar. S8 Snowstorm to the wall with MD6. Okay, Wicked Boss. S8 Snowstorm to the wall. MD6. It hits. Come on, captains. All right, let's see how this Snowstorm does. Wall's a little stronger. Black block, 25% of a green block, 75 green remaining. We're going to roll the dice to see what freezes. Four-sider. Second block freezes. And it is a hit grenade, which means all the hits in the Dragon Tower are complete. Damage dealt. Wall frozen. Dragon Tower. All right, Zombie Jet. He's going to light 2 straw man. So we're going to put this one out. We'll light 2 on the other side for Zombie Jet. Shaman, you're up. 20-second timer. Actually, for Shaman's turn. Hold up, Shaman. We got to do a couple things. Hold up, Shaman. We're going to cap Zombie Jet's boss, which is 146 in Kangs. We'll cap Sheila's boss as well. One flag for Jet. 2 flags for Arc. All right, now you're on the clock, Sheila. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. All right, Shaman sees a path. That Gamut destroyed those Grendels. Shaman playing Needle in 3. Cap in 4. Thrill Smoke. Rad Rage. H9+1. Spade to the wall. And MD6. All right, read it once. Needle to the haystack is good. Thrill. Rad Rage from a previous attack. So we got 9, 10, 11. Spade Grenade makes 12. S12 Spade going to the wall. It hits. And let's add the tank, which makes it S15. Shaman with a big money attack. Green block, green block. It is stronger. And a blue block. Shaman dealing damage. All right, let's go over to Justice. 20-second timer, Justice. Beats the timer. Justice going Dark Boss to the side chest. Dragon Smoke. Thrill, F5 Spade to the wall with MD6. All right, let's get the Dark Boss. Would add 25. Justice playing Boss in 3. Cap in 5. All right, so Dark Boss is good. Dragon Smoke, they Phantom Cape it. And the Spade Grenade, they use a prevention. So the Dragon Smoke is still there, and the Spade Grenade does not hit. They're coming after you, Justice. All right, final arc move of the first half. Gemstone, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Jim going to play Dark Boss to the side chest. E2 St. Elmo to the Watchtower. And going to play Scoring Ability. Which, if it hits, will double the points of the Milo. All right, we got a Dark Boss, and it does hit. So, Jim, nice use of the brand new ability Score. Dark Boss playing it in 3 with cap in 5. E2 Milo to the Watchtower. Let's light up their first Watchtower. All right, and before Busy's move, Busy will get a move out of the Forge. Busy will get 2 blocks. We will break the ice for 1 block, and we'll get rid of a blue block. We will light 2 Watchtowers. We'll light that one. And then we'll light that one. And then we're going to light 2 Strawmen. We'll light that. And we will light that. That is 4. All right, Busy. Final move of the first half. You got a nice board set for yourself. "20-second timer. Beats the timer. Busy going to move back to her DZ. Needle to the haystack. Milo to the Watchtower. Sliver ability, and sacrifice a sad grenade. Movement's good. Needle from Busy. Busy playing Needle in 3. We'll cap in 4. Milo hits. Give him another hit grenade. And sacrifice a sad. All right, it is halftime, everybody. Captains, give me your subs at the end of the round. We'll get a second blessing. We'll give Justice a blessing. We'll give Kel a second halo. Kel's going to lose her pet repel and her seal, elevation. Jim going to lose her seal because of elevation. Jim gets a third halo. Dust Smoke goes away from Justice. Tank goes away from Justice. Tank goes away from Shaman. Julia losing her Rover. Kel losing her Rover. There was no there was no DZ advantage either way, so it's 0-0. So no more Strawman get lit. But Jet does get 25 points in Strawman. Sliver, I've got 61 points for Arc, and I've got 55 points for Jet. All right. So we're going to play Elevation 1 for Jim. Give her buffs back. And let's get the subs in. Shaman heading out. Dow coming in. Pope coming in. Valar heading back. Julia heading back. So we got Jim, Julia, Pope, Dow, and Valar. Let's go over to the other side. Looks like it stays the same, except for Cardinal coming in. And I think we've got Busy heading out, MPC coming in. Busy did get a Halo. MPC, no new avatar. Look at that. Once you see the new avatars, you kind of get used to them. And we'll get Cardinal new avatar hopefully by next match. All right, lineup is as follows. We got Julia, Kel, Valar, Zombie Jet, Dow, Justice, Jim, MPC, Pope, and the Cardinal. All right, round number 4. Julia, 20-second timer starts right now. Beats the timer. Julia's going to move to their DZ. And by the way, I do need to move 1 ring from each sliver. Sorry. Arc has 3. Jet has 2 remaining. Talon Valar to the temple. F4 Milo to the watchtower. And going to play Scream ability. The Scream will amp and howl. Who are you targeting with Scream? All right, Justice, you'll have 18 seconds to get your turns in. All right, movement is good. Talon is good. F4, St. Milo to the watchtower, and Scream to Justice, and it all hits. Give him to Milo. All right, Kel, you're up. 20-second timer. We have Kel, Valar, Zombie Jet, Dow, and Justice. Beats the timer. Move to their DZ, Talon Justice to the temple. Sneer. Get rid of a Dragon Stone. Dragon Smoke the Bomber Zone. F5 Milo to the Watchtower. And Score ability. All right. I read it once. Kel moves to the DZ. Is good. Talon Justice. Good. Sneer. Going to get rid of the blue Dragonstone. So she will get a bullseye. And also get rid of a Dragonstone. Dragon Smoke is good. Milo to the Watchtower with score. We'll light up Watchtower number 6. All right, again, Kel moves to DZ, Talon's Justice. Her War Dragon gets rid of a Dragonstone. She plays Dragon Smoke, F5 Watchtower, and score. And they have now used a dragon. They're first. All right, let's go to Valar. Valar, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. All right, I do need to cap one of the needles because Julia's needle capped on her turn, which does free up one spot. Valar playing Needle to the Haystack, Blue Spark, S6 Spade, and Duplex. I've read it once. Needle to the Haystack. Valar playing Needle. In 4, cap in 5. S6 Spade Grenade to the wall with Blue Spark makes it S7 Spade Grenade. Duplex hits, and the grenade hits as well. Damage from the grenade. Blue block. And 50% of a blue block. 50 blue remaining. Zombie Jet in round number 4. Zombie Jet taking out a red block. And breaking down an ice block. Let's go over to Dow. 20-second timer, Dow. Timer's up. Barely beat the timer as I was saying it. It's good. Needle to the Haystack. Marty to rebuild the Dragonstone. All right, Dow playing Needle. Needle will fizzle. There is not a... Oh, never mind. Shaman's Needle capped. He's good. Perfect. He replaced Shaman. Her needle capped in 4. Dow playing needle in 4. Will cap in 5. Needles are now 2-0. Marty to rebuild the Dragonstone. Now, the Dragon Smoke will fizzle because you can't play the Dragon Smoke the same round you rebuild the gym. So Dragon Smoke is lost. Marty does do the rebuild. Blue Stone is back. And just like that, Needle's good, Marty's good, Dragon Smoke is no good. All right, let's go over to Justice. Now, on Justice turn, nothing major is going on here. Let's go Justice. From the Temple, 18 seconds. Does beat the timer. Dow, delete the duplex. I'd already went to the next move, so no duplex. Colossal Gideon, Fear Valar, S6 Spade to the wall, and cease Julia. Justice plays cease, so Julia gets one more ability. That is Justice's final ability. He did beat the timer. Nicely done. All right, Colossal Gideon. Is good. Cannot prevent Fear Smoke. Smokes cannot be prevented. So you can delete that. And Dow with the Emo Blue. All right. So we're going to Fear Valar out of the temple. Justice throwing a grenade. S6 Spade to the wall. And a Immortal Blue. First blue by either team. And the Immortal will break Justice Absorption and also break his seal. Colossal Gideon is good. Fear Smoke is good. Spade Grenade is stopped by Immortal Blue. And the Immortal from the blue will break his absorption and his seal. All right. Let's go to Gemstone. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Colossal Kang to her boss. Torch Wand. F4 St. Milo to the Watchtower, and MD6. All right, read it once. Colossal Kang could be worth 73. Torch Wand will prevent any straw men from being scored this game. So no straw men this round. Red wands are now out of play. F4 Milo to the Watchtower and MD6. And it does hit. Third. And they get the points for the Milo. All right, let's go over to, before MPC's turn, we're going to cap Jet's needle. First needle for Team Jet. MPC, 20-second timer. We have MPC, Pope, and the Cardinal. Timer is up. Beats the timer. Cyborg Hendricks. Morb to a Priest. Needle to the Haystack. Seal Absorption. Inferno to Strawman. And sacrifice a Sad. All right, we'll start out with Hendricks. That will light all 9. And MPC is going to get a 9 award. Nicely done. Morb to a Priest, so 2 preventions for MPC. Needle to the Haystack. Needle. In 4, we'll cap in 5. Seal Absorption and Inferno. Plays an Absorption. And it'll go away immediately because the Inferno. And that light Strawman, number 5. Hendricks Morb, Needle, Seal Absorption, and sacrifice a Sad Grenade. All right, let's go over to the Pope. 20-second timer, Pope. We got Pope and the Cardinal. Beats the timer. And Talon Villar to the Temple. So Fear Smoke was good because at least it made him use a pet, right? So all these are relevant. Talon Villar to the Temple. Seal and Thrill. S8 Summoning Grenade to the wall. Duplex and sacrifice Sad. All right, read it once. This one counts. Talon Villar to the Temple. Seal and Thrill for the Pope is good. S8 Summoning Grenade to the wall. Duplex and sacrifice Sad. Kel says it hits. We're going to bring out a Gold Orbital for the Summoning Grenade. And now the hits, they're going to invoke it 2 times. All right, so going to beef it up. So we got an S8 Summoning. We'll add 50%, add 50%. That's an 8. That is a 9. 50 blue. We take out the blue. We take out the red. And we take out 75% of a red. Got 25 red remaining. 2.25 on the arc side. After the double invoke and the mass destruction and the amplify. All right, final move of round number 4. Cardinal. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. All right, there is no turret yet. So save that for round 5. Remember, the turret lights up in round 5. We're still in round 4. So even though we go to second half, it doesn't go in. All right, so no turret. Blaze to the straw man. Seal. S8 spade grenade to the wall. Duplex and sacrifice a sad. All right, read it once. We've got Blaze to the straw man with a seal. Julia says, wait. All right, you intervening the spade or the blaze, Julia? Okay, spade hits. Now, Jet will not get the points for the straw man because of the torch award. However, Cardinal does get the Torch 6 PCP award. So Torch 6, 50-point award for the Cardinal. Spade is intervened. Cardinal gets a seal. So Blaze is good, seal is good, spade is stopped, duplex is good, and sacrifice a sad grenade, and that is the end of round number 4. At the end of round number 4, I've got Justice with a gold orb. Julia with the bronze star. DZ is 0-0. Halo for MPC. Halo for Julia. Halo number 3 for Kel. Halo number 4 for Jim. Arc, 61 in slivers. Jet, 55. Strawman, 0, as we said. At start of round number 5, both teams did get cannonballs and tires. Both sentry guns are now unlocked in round number 5. Julia, 20-second timer. You got one ability, and that's it. Beats the timer. Going to move to the temple steps. Colossal Orbital, Dragon Smoke to the tower or castle. H9 Spade to the wall with Zenith ability. And Zenith ability will add 15 points to her Colossal Orbital. To make it worth 47. Nice. 47-point Colossal Orbital with Zenith. All right. I'm going to redirect the H9 to the other wall with Judas, and then Jim's going to Judas it back. So we got double Judas. All right, Kel, back to you. Justice Judas it one way, Jim Judas it back. Need to remove these from last round as well. The sliver rings at the end of each round. Each has 3 left. MPC going to prevent it. All right, MPC preventing. Give me 1 second. All right, we should have, I've got both teams full on hits grenades. So both teams have completely hit their towers. Because Jet had 2 Milos hit. All right, so the Dragon Smoke is going to light up 1 step away from Goddard for Team Arc. All right, move to the temple. Colossal Orbital's good. Dragon Smoke. Oh, wait a minute. No, she smoked a stone. She didn't smoke the tower. Let's back that up. She smoked a stone, which is going to do that. Sorry. Yep, got it. All right, smoke the stone. H9 is stopped with Zenith. So both teams have full dragon towers with no smoke. And both teams have their dragon stones intact. All right, let's go over to Cal. And 20 seconds. Timer's up. Kel, you're up. Got it. I got it. Fallacy to build a straw man. Yep. Seal and thrill. Inferno to the straw man. And it hits. Remember, pets are played first. So fallacy rebuilds it. All right. Fallacy to build a straw man is good. Seal and thrill is good. And straw man is lit up. Straw man number 7 is on fire. All right, before Villar's turn, we're going to cap Villar's needle. And Villar, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Villar playing Thraxus. Dragon number 4. Dune to a straw man. Dragon smoke to the tower. H9 Mega Blast from the Jigsaw. And Dual Blast. Dang, Villar. Save some for somebody else. So Villar going D400. All right. Add an MD5 and also Rage 2 from the Mega Blast. Kel says it hits. All right, so we'll start with Dune, put out a straw man. We're going to put a Dragon Smoke on top of the castle. Mega Blast. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and a D400 with Dual Blast, which adds Nuke and Roar, which is 13. Takes the rest of the red block. Takes a red block. And told you it was stronger, but that's a hell of a hit. 70% of a red block, 30 red remaining. All right, 30% of a red block on the board. Let's go from Villar over to Zombie Jet. Up, Joey says wait. Intaglio. All right, Kel. Because we're in round number 6, you get a choice. Two towers or 2 blocks. Block blast. Towers are already lit, so I think I know your choice. So we take down 2 red blocks. All right, before Dow's turn, we're going to cap Dow's needle. And we'll finish off that wall. We'll reset it as well. So we're going to cap the orbitals. We're going to give Jim a gold bar. Reset the right wall. And Dow, you got 20 seconds. Timer's up. Beats the timer. Torment MPC. Mythic Kang to Jim's boss. We also need to cap Villar's boss, too. All right, let me cap Villar's boss. All right, Torment. MPC. Got it. Mythic Kang to Jim's boss. Got it. Could be worth 63 when it caps. Move to Temple Steps and play Duplex. Dracarys to the wall and sacrifice a sad. Sorry, Dracarys to the castle tower. Dracarys to the castle, and MPC is going to prevent the Dracarys. Does not hit. All right, one more time. Torment's good. Kang is good. Movement's good. Duplex is good. Dracarys is no good. Sacrifice is good. All right, let's cap Justice Boss. And 18 seconds, Justice. Sorry. Should have did that first. He beats the timer easily. Justice going to play Thraxus. Let's get that dragon out there. Summon Immortal Dark Icky. Blue Spark, M7 Unforgiven to the wall. All right, Justice. Who are you going to target with Dark Icky? One person will lose their seals, buffs, and pet repel. Justice, who's your player target? So we can remove their buffs. All right, Valar. So Valar loses her pet repel, loses her seal. She's going to take more damage. Gemstone loses her pet repel. Julia loses pet repel. Valar, you are at 80% health. Dow, 80% health. Pope, you lose your seal. Jim loses absorption. Oh, never mind. She lost her pet repel. Sorry. Jim keeps her absorption. She's good. All right. Dark Icky doing a little damage. Now the Unforgiven, Immortal Blue. Second blue of the game. Justice, Immortal from Immortal Blue, is going to hit you for 40% of your health. Take you down to 60% life. All right, before Jim's turn, we're cap 136 points in Kangs. Also cap Dark Boss. Final boss cap of the day for either team. Justice did get a max absorb. He's 100% health. No damage to Justice. And Jim, 20-second timer. We have Jim, MPC, Pope, and the Cardinal. Timer's up. Nerf timer is up. Beat the Nerf timer. All right, let's see what Jim's got in store. Dune to Strawman. Torment to Cardinal. Aqua to Strawman. And Scream. Who are you screaming at, Jim? Which player? Torment to the Cardinal. Dune to put out Strawman number 6. Justice going to be down to 16-second timer. And Aqua to the Strawman. All right, last call, Kel. Dune to Strawman, Torment to Chad, Aqua to a Strawman, and Scream ability all hits. Now there are 4 Strawman lit. All right, let's go to MPC. Before MPC's turn, we are going to cap Needle. Needle should be 4-2. 20-second timer, MPC. Beats the timer. MPC going to go Blaze to Strawman, Pet Repel, and Unforgiven to the wall. Blaze to Strawman hits. Pet Repel hits. And Unforgiven. MPC is tormented. And has to leave the DZ. All right. So no S8. Blaze hits. Unforgiven hits. And Pet Repel. This is still wall number 1. Unforgiven. No juice. Do have mass destruction. But unfortunately, with no juice, it doesn't get it done. %, of a red block, you got 20 red remaining. Intaglio does get it done. Gold bar for MPC. And let's reset it. Walls are 2-1. Pope. Final move for Arc in round 5, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Pope going to jump into turret. Mythic Orbital. Torment to Kel. Glacier. Freeze the wall. H9 Spade Grenade. To the wall. Glacier will not take effect. Intervene the grenade. MacArthur and Sliver ability. All right, Pope does have duplex. Turret, Mythic Orbital. Mythic Orbital, if it caps, could be 22. Spade is intervened, and Sliver ability is good. Now, remember the Glacier rule. A wall cannot be frozen and immediately played. So, Kel did intervene it. But the Glacier will not go into effect until next round. Glacier can be played as a DI to stop. If it's played, it freezes the wall on the next turn, not on the same turn it is played. So keep that in mind for next round. The wall will be frozen. All right, let's go over to the Cardinal. 20-second timer, Cardinal. Beats the timer. Cardinal's going to get in the turret. Talent MPC to the DZ. S8 Snowstorm to the wall. Cannot play the S8 because Cardinal is tormented as well. So you've got a Snowstorm to the wall. But he is in the turret. All right. He was duplex, so read it once. Cardinal gets in the turret is good. Talon, MPC to the DZ is good. Sliver ability is good. And a Snowstorm. I don't see anything, Julia. I see you. Do you see me? All right. Got it. So snowstorm does hit. All right, after. Remember, he gets the bonus from the turret. Cardinal does take out a black block. Which means we will freeze one of the arc blocks. Block number 3 is frozen. All right. Block number 3 is frozen. The wall itself is frozen from Glacier. And the sliver ability. That is the end of round number 5. We're going to go into Dragon Storm. We've got a blessing for Justice. Blessing for Valar. Problem Child with a halo. Kel with a halo. Jim with a halo. Now, because Jet had a DZ advantage, 25-0, they also light up Strawman number 6, which is 100 points to 0. 73 points. Sliver for Arc. 67 for Jet. So remove the halos. Final round is Dragonstorm. We don't have to roll for it. Julia, you're up. 20-second timer. We will go faster this round, so be ready to go. I'm going to read them, and that's it. You get 2. She does beat the timer. Well done. All right, Julia. Kruger, Maxiel Valar, Rad Rage, H9, Unforgiven to the Wall, Panic Mode, +3, -3 to MPC. Kel says wait. Kruger, Maxiel, Rad Rage, Unforgiven, and Panic Mode. That is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 after Dragonstorm. Immortal, blue from Kel. First blue of the game for Team Jet. The Immortal will break Julia's seal. MP3 gets a -3. Hinder ability. All right, seal is broken. Wall is no longer frozen. Julia going to max absorb. Let's give her seal back. And Kruger will unlight that 9th watchtower for Team Jet. All right, let's go over to Kel. 20-second timer, Kel. Timer is up. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the Nerf timer. All right, Kel's going to go. Scold to Valar. Super Thrill. Rage Tonic. Unforgiven to the wall. Because she is tormented. All right, she will have to leave the DZ to get there. So again, Scold to Valar. Break Valar's seal. Julia says, wait. I need to move Kel into range. Immortal Sonar times 2. Okay, Scold will break Valar's seal, so it does not light a watchtower. Has to hit. Unforgiven. That would be Unforgiven. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go double Immortal. Three and a half, and damage makes it a 3.5 Carnage. Green block only. 1 block. Valar, you're up. 20 seconds, Valar. Beats the timer. So be fast. Kruger, Blackout Wand. Torment to Justice. F5 Unforgiven. Going to scream at Justice, which will give him 14 seconds as well. All right, I've read it once. Kruger, Blackout Wand. Will mean no DZ points this round. Torment to Justice. Kel says wait. So we got a Kruger and an F5 Unforgiven. All right, Mythic Blue from Justice. The Mythic from the blue is going to hit Valar for 30% of her health, which will take her down to 50% of her health. Valar at 50%. She'll stay at 80. Max Absorb. And the Kruger will get rid of Watchtower number 8. Kel, Zombie Jet. Two Strawman or 1 Tower. But you can only light one straw man, technically. So, one straw man or one tower. Going with the tower. That is Tower Power by Zombie Jet. All right, let's kick it over to Dow. Dow, you're up. 20-second timer. We got Dow, Justice, Jim, MPC, Pope, and Chad. Beats the timer. Kruger. E9 Unforgiven. To the wall from Patton. Okay, Kel, you got a Kruger to the watchtower. And you got a 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. S18 Unforgiven. Says wait. Justice intervened to Kruger. Got it. Unforgiven hits. All right, Unforgiven hits. Now, probably not a bad decision to let that hit because there's an ice block there. So you're going to get 2 blocks out of it. Big damage grenade was going to take out a black and a green, and it's going to stop right there on the green. And that is ice blocked, so it is frozen. All right, let's go over to Justice. Justice, you were tormented. 20-second timer. Beats the timer, but he is tormented, so there is no H9. Skull to Villar. Super Thrill with Pershing and Nuke. Now, Justice had played Cease, I think. To Julia. So Justice played Cease, so no ability. So we got Dow's going to prevent the Scold. The Unforgiven will hit. All right, so Scold will not hit Villar. Justice is tormented, so we will give him the absorption. No nuke, but he gets a Unforgiven with the Pershing is 1. Super Thrill is 4. And Dragonstorm still makes it an S7 Unforgiven for Justice. Green block. And a blue block. All right, let's go over to Gemstone. 20-second timer, Jim. with Jim MPC, Pope, and the Cardinal. Beats the timer. Jim will have to leave the DZ to the no zone. All right, we got Blaze to get rid of the ice block. And then you've got Super Thrill, H9 Unforgiven. Dual Blast ability. All right, I've read it once. Blaze to get rid of the ice block. Super Thrill, H9 Unforgiven. From Drake with Dual Blast is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Kel says wait. Chad, prevent the blaze. What a smart move. Prevent the blaze, and all that grenade damage goes right to the ice block. Ouch. Big hit. It's all about the blaze. All right. MPC, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the nerf timer. Skull to Villar. Super Thrill. H9 Unforgiven to the wall. Julia says wait. All right. What you got? Prevent Scold and Mythic Blue from Julia. All right. Final blue of the game for Arc. Scold's prevented. Problem Child does get the block. I'm not going to move Problem Child because there's no points for the DZ and the map's crowded. So it won't add any additional halos. Both things are prevented. Mythic Blue is going to get rid of that Scold and break the seal. All right, 2 more moves. Pope. 20-second timer. Gideon, Super Thrill. M7, Unforgiven to the wall with Dual Blast. Beats the timer. Easily. All right, Kel. Going to play regular Gideon. Kel says wait. It's a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Immortal sonar, that's it? All right. Sure. Your move. All right. So you have to play the Immortal Sonar, one. Even though it won't matter, you have to burn it. And the gold blue. Because once you play wait, it's your move. So you can add to it. But you lose the sonar, and then you play the blue. All right. Gideon is good. Grenade is stopped. All right, final move of the night. Cardinal. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Scold to Valar. Super Thrill. H9 Unforgiven to the wall. Scold will light Watchtower number 9. H9 Unforgiven. We got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Cardinal. Wow. Big hit from the Cardinal. Blue block. Blue block. Red block. And red block. Woo! That is it, everybody. That is where we leave it. We got to tally some stuff up. All right. Everybody got points from their slivers. Jet, 100 bonus points for the straw man. DZ, no points this round. You can't play Insomnia because you're out of dragons. You played 5 dragons already. All right, we got some math to do. A couple things to check out. We got 6 blocks taken down. 1, 2. Let's rebuild it. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over on the other side, we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which means that orbital does not cap. All right. Give me a couple seconds, everybody. and I'll calculate the winner. Looks like we had a good game tonight. We'll be back. Close one, I think. Both Chad and Pope with Ace Awards tonight. All right, everybody, we are back, and we do have a winner. I'll give you a real quick breakdown. First of all, great job to both teams. I know sometimes you feel a little rusty, but you guys played great tonight. Strategies, what to stop, what you have left, all of the above. We'll start out. Basic stuff. Arcs at home are going to get those flags out there unless you disrupt them a little bit. Pretty timely. Euclid kept Jet from getting Main Street. Overall, 750 for Arc on flags, 450 for Team Jet. Get to the walls. Walls got close at the very end. 750 points for Arc, 650 for Jet. Jet was making a move to come back. Strawman. Torch Wand was tough, wasn't it? But without the Torch Wand, you still had Jet 225-210. Big Strawman advantage. But we get to the Kangs because Arc had the flags. They also had a good Kang strategy, 345-146. Get to the Needles. Needles, this was a tough one. Kel, you might second guess this one in the morning, but the Gamut grenades, one Gamut took out 2 Needles. That is not value. If you're going to play the Grendels, you got to protect the Grendels. Because when that one Gamut, it opened up the door, that Gamut was actually worth 400 points for Arc. 400 points to 200, Needle game to Arc. Watchtowers, good play with the Watchtowers. I thought the Zombie did a great job for Team Jet. Zombie was on fire tonight. Watchtowers, 325-75. So Jet getting some points back. Knocked out a Dragonstone. You got a Dragonstone and a Bullseye. DZ was even, 25-25, and both teams failed on a timer. So just the basic points before we get to PCP and the extras. Arc with a 24-45 advantage to 20-36. So about a 400-point advantage going into the PCP. PCP, we had Jet, Gold Bar, Torch, Bullseye, 9 award, Ace award, 50 points for the PCP DZ for Kel. Jim got 100. And then the Golden Orb, that's a total of 325. Over on the other side, we got Arc, 2 gold bars, Cannonball, Tire, Ace award, Bronze Star, and 100 points PCP DZ. So we had 300 points. So Jet did chip into it, but by 25 points. Question is, with the extras, could they make up the 300 points they needed? Slivers, they didn't get it done with Slivers. Arc had 354, Jet had 318. So, could they get it done with the other stuff? Well, Arc played a Wicked Boss, a Mythic Gideon, a regular Gideon. Over on the other side, it was a Colossal Gideon. But we had Dark Boss, Score, Gold Orbital, Colossal Orbital, Mythic Orbital, 4 Milos for Team Arc. On the other side, we had 3 Milos, Dark Boss, and Score. So the extras ended up being Arc 514, Jet 305. Final score tonight, Arc at home 3260, Jet 2667. So Arc managing to get the job done at home. Jet, good strategy. Good event. Road games are always tough. You almost have to play flawless on the road, but a great, great game. And I definitely think that you have enough stuff tonight to take away from it to see what can you do differently in the next match that you play. But I enjoyed it tonight, and hey, we finished on time, and we finished the scorekeeping by 11 o'clock. Good game, both teams, and we will see you tomorrow night for a little bit of fish fights. And don't forget, Monday night, we got the defending champions, Team Jet, the Ship Strike champions, will be in full effect. We're kicking off Ship Strike 2026. Is someone going to sink Jet's boat? We'll find out on Monday night. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.